What's going on, world? Kings and queens. Welcome to another episode of the Wealth District by yours truly, Dr. P, financial advisor. Today, I have a very special guest. Man, I can't wait to interview this lady right here, man. Very brilliant, very exciting, very passionate. Man, y'all in for a treat, all right? Stay tuned. We coming right back. As I mentioned, welcome back. Episode. I told you, man, I'm very excited to interview this guest, man, right? It's my dear sister. I love her to death, known her for a very long time. We met at different states. And man, God willing, we're in the same state as well, man. I love to see what she's doing right now, and I can't wait to kind of pick her mind, see what she got going on, and see how she can bless you guys, okay? Miss Elaine,
Hey,
what's going on with you?
happy to be here with you.
Man, I know we were trying to connect for a while, man.
Yeah.
Glad we could finally connect and get this done, man. Like, man, I'm just so proud of you, man. See all
thank
that you're
you.
doing, like the passion that go behind what you do, just your focus, your drive, man. I love it, man. I can't wait to kind of just to open up a little bit and share with the folks what you got going on, right? So what I like to do on all my episodes, I always like to start, because remember, this is the Wealth District, right? We talk about wealth
right, the Wealth
and how to build
District.
wealth, right? So what I want to ask you, because everybody have a different mentality and different perspective about what they think wealth is. I have mine. You might have your own, right? So if I were to ask you, what does wealth mean to you? What would you say?
All right, that's a heavy one.
I know.
To me, wealth means freedom.
Freedom,
Honestly,
okay.
yeah, the freedom to pursue things that I love,
Like, yeah,
the freedom to spend more time with my family,
Yeah.
freedom to travel.
that's right. That's right.
Wealth also is an opportunity
Yes.
to give back. As you know, my husband and I have our foundation.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
wealth allows us to create opportunities for others.
Yeah.
And also to give my kids experiences to enlarge their worldview.
Man, that's beautiful, man.
That's what wealth
That
is.
that really summarizes, in my opinion, what wealth is all about, right? I think a lot of times we chase after money to buy things, right?
Oh,
But
yeah.
to me, that's not really what it is. It's to be able to create memories and create experiences for our loved ones, right? So
True.
I think you did a great job explaining that, right? Let's get right into it, right?
All right.
What I love about, like I said, what you've been able to do is you started an amazing career in the nursing industry. Is that correct?
That's true, yes.
So can you
Former
kind of
nurse.
give us, before we transition to what you're doing now,
Yeah.
give us a little bit about what made you want to go into nursing and what made you eventually want to kind of transition? Because I know a lot of people are out there in the same career
Mm-hmm.
path, right? Looking to want to do something different or looking to see what else is out there.
Yeah.
What made you go to that career path and then eventually transition?
Nursing is a wonderful career. I wanted to be a nurse for a long time, and for many, many years, nursing was great to me, and I loved it. There's a high you get from being able to, help somebody, to being able to hold somebody's hand in the worst moments and help them feel comfort.
Yeah.
But, as our family grew, nursing is not flexible.
Correct.
It's
Yeah.
the shifts are what they are.
Yeah.
The work is grueling. So
Yeah.
I needed more, or I desired more flexibility,
Flexibility.
to be able to spend more time with my children. So I decided it was time to make a change.
Make a change.
Yeah.
I love that. I love.
So-
Okay. I love how you explain. There's a high, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
all of us, to some degree, in our different career paths, there was a reason why we went to that career path, right? And it's all of us, there's a
Absolutely.
high that we get from the career path,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like I said, what I love about what you have done is now step into the world of entrepreneurship.
Oh, boy.
Right?
Yeah.
You went from a career path where you had, consistent, guaranteed income to
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
now in a career path where you got it in a way, get it from the mud, like to say, get it from the mud, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you, like, out of all the entrepreneurship opportunities out there, right? What made you want to endeavor into real estate?
So when I decided that I was not going to go back as a nurse after having our youngest, I started to think about where, like, the traits I have and the things I like and where those align. And so I realized that the things that made me a great nurse, like empathy,
Yeah.
the ability to be an advocate, the gift of being able to stay calm in difficult situations, that those same traits translate into being a great realtor.
Awesome.
So it wasn't really like, I didn't look at it as starting over, but more
Yeah.
like pivoting,
Pivoting.
using the experiences
Yeah.
and the skills that I already have
Yeah.
and applying them somewhere else
Yeah.
to design a life that worked better for me.
Man, I love that.
Thank
So
you.
the thing is, we all make transitions throughout our lives at different stages, right?
Yeah.
Your transition was made midlife,
Yes.
right? With
Yeah.
with children. Like that's
Right.
to me is even more difficult and more challenging, right? You and I are both in a similar situation, right?
Correct.
Me transitioning and kind of going into my business, right, which I'm truly passionate about. You transitioning, going to a different career path. Like
Yes.
I know the difficulties that come with getting out the mud, right?
It's
But
difficult.
there's also the joy and the passion, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
what has been the most challenging thing for you transitioning at this stage of life where most people wouldn't even think about?
So, you said the difficult, and it can be difficult. I would say more than difficult, it's scary. And so once you start to really unpack what the fear is, you can conquer it,
right.
right? And I got to the point, something about being a woman and turning 40, you start really, looking at what the second half of your life wants to be like.
Yeah.
And I became more afraid of being stagnant than I did of the unknown,
I love
right?
that.
And so
I
once you
love
reach that point where you're like,
I
I
love
can
that.
either stay with what's comfortable and continue to be unhappy or not fulfilled, or I can leap out. And I think that is the gift of the human experience is that you always have the opportunity to change, to make a new choice, right? As long
Man.
as you keep getting up. So we should.
Lane,
Yeah.
you don't know how much I love the way you just described that, right? I love what you said that once you unpack what the fear is, right? And that's really what it is, right? You mentioned, do I want to be stagnant?
Right.
Or do I want to endeavor into a new place where I don't know how it's going to be?
Yeah.
But you chose to endeavor into an unknown. And that's what I think I love about change because change is the only thing in this life that's guaranteed.
And we only grow through change.
That's right.
Right? And
That's
so
right.
a lot of us, we think like, oh, I'm growing. You're not growing unless you're being uncomfortable, honestly, or at least that's my opinion.
Yes.
You have to be uncomfortable to grow. And
Yeah.
I've learned so much of that by watching, my husband, by watching you, and how the two of you guys just really just bet on yourselves over and over again.
Man, that's powerful, man. Like, I love what you said. I've learned this by watching my husband, watching my brother. Because to me, at the end of the day, right, we all draw strength from different places, right? And for me, like I said, being on this journey, man, it's like, man, I'm uncomfortable right now as we talk. But you know what it is, though, right? You put yourself around people that speak life into you, right?
Yeah.
You see, the difficulty we have is really in our head, right? And sometimes by talking about it and discussing it, you can get outside of your head, right? I seen my brother, going from a full-time working for somebody else to now thriving in his own business, right? Him and I, we spoke about this many years. Like, he's always pushing me to kind of like endeavor out, right? And like now to be in a position, it's like, man, I see what he was talking about. Right? I see what's nice to see you doing it. Like, it's so amazing, man. Like, tell me, right? You in real estate.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm a financial advisor,
Yeah.
right? And I think everybody look at wealth from a different perspective. There is no one clear-cut way to build wealth. Right? You could do it from owning a business. You could do it from buying real estate. You could do it from investing in the stock market.
Correct.
You can do it from investing in the car market. There's so many different ways to go about it, right? And everybody does it their own way. But there's some tenets in finance, right? That that if I can go this way, I have a very high chance of achieving wealth, right?
Correct.
I know what I look at it from, right? But you may have a different perspective. From your perspective, what do you feel like is the best way to build wealth? Is it through the stock market or is it through real estate? I mean, obviously in real estate, but what's your perspective?
Honestly, I'm going to say that real estate is still the best vehicle for building wealth.
Okay.
Despite that hasn't changed, despite market shifts and
Sure.
inflation, right?
Sure.
You're always going to need a roof over your head.
True.
And to the best of my knowledge, it's the only investment that you can live in and enjoy while it appreciates.
Sure.
So
Okay. Okay.
I'm always gonna bet on real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I love that. I mean, obviously, I think that's what I love. Like I said, there's different ways to be able to build wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you being in real estate, what and I've seen you in action. I was just at one of your recent showings, and I saw how you interact with your clients.
Yeah,
Man,
love
I
my
love that,
clients.
right? The way your patience. Like I see the passion for the business. I see the passion and the care
Oh,
for the
yeah.
clients, right? And I'm observing. I'm like, man, this woman right here is going to do amazing things. I already know it, and I
Thank
tell you all the
you.
time, like I speak life into you because I
You do.
see the potential. I see what you can do, and I cannot wait to see you just get to the next level. And I see it coming, right? So you've been in real estate, right? What do you feel is like one of the biggest challenges for your clients, or what are you seeing in the real estate market right now?
I'm seeing a lot of clients, a lot of people, buyers in general, are waiting on the sidelines, right? Because we're all getting, we're all reading the news, watching the news, we're getting the headlines. People are afraid. There's a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah,
But what I will say is that means that more so now than ever, you should be jumping
right.
into real estate,
That's
right?
right.
Because, with inflation.
that's right.
You buy a house now, and that
right.
is leverage against the rising
That's right.
interest rates,
That's
right?
right.
Because
Great inflation hedge. Yeah.
exactly, it's a hedge against the inflation. So, you buy your house now,
Yeah.
and you get your mortgage rate locked in.
That's right.
So I think now is the time. You can't afford to
wait. That's right. That's right.
is what I think.
But the beautiful thing that people don't understand, as you mentioned, I agree with you 1,000%. Now is the time to buy.
Yeah.
Because why? There are less buyers in the market, which what drives down the price.
Well-
you see, I mean, do you agree? Do you
Yeah.
see homes slashing prices?
Correct.
Right?
Well, I would say that home sellers are more open to negotiations
Correct. Okay.
now, right? We're not
Okay.
seeing those bidding wars
Yes.
that you were seeing during the COVID times,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But also now buyers have more opportunities, right?
Yes.
More room to negotiate.
Yes.
So the buyers have some more, wiggle room
Wiggle
in
room,
there to
yes.
work with. They
Yes.
should take advantage of that
Yes.
to an extent.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it more so the price of the home that's scaring people, or is it also the
No.
interest rates?
It's the interest rates that are scaring people, right?
Yes.
People get afraid of interest rates. So the market is going to do what the market does.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we can't control the interest rates, but the home values, especially in the Dallas-Fort Worth
Yeah.
marketplace, are going to continue to be
Absolutely.
stable,
Yeah.
right? This is a booming market.
Absolutely.
Businesses are still coming here.
That's right.
Jobs are
That's
being
right.
created.
That's right.
About 250 people are moving here a day. So
That's
that
right.
kind of activity
Yeah.
stabilizes and drives
true.
the home prices.
Very
So
true.
you could wait on the sidelines for interest rates to come down. I don't know that we'll ever see the 2% days again, but
I totally
you could
agree.
wait. But while
Yeah.
you wait,
Yeah.
what was a $500,000 home,
That's right.
may then be a $700,000 home.
That's a-
So
that's a
those
great
are things
point.
to consider.
That's
Yeah.
a great point. One thing I tell clients all the time, yes, despite me being a financial advisor, more so on just helping people to be able to kind of get out of debt, build wealth for the future,
Mm-hmm.
and invest in the market and stuff like that. I also have some experience with the real estate market,
Yes.
right? And I tell people all the time, you marry the house and you date the rate.
That's it.
Because the rate is going to change from time to time, right?
can refinance.
You can refinance.
Yeah.
And there's so many things you can do, right? It's all about perspective. And like I said, fear comes from lack of knowledge.
That's it.
And when you don't know, you fear. And
Yeah.
everything that you learn about, you overcome that fear.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that,
I
with that
agree.
process?
And the lack of knowledge costs us dearly, right? Because I was reading the other day, they said homeowners have on average 40% more wealth than renters. So you look at that and you think
powerful.
about, really think about the divide that can create, especially over generations.
Yeah.
So lack of knowledge and fear cannot just set you back, it's going to set your bloodline back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we have to start educating ourselves and not just making decisions out of fear. Find a trusted realtor.
That's right.
Find
That's right.
a trusted financial advisor.
Yeah.
Don't just go off of what you've heard from, social media or
Correct.
yeah.
See, think about it, right? People don't understand that the media,
Mm-hmm.
the whole purpose of the media is not to inform you,
It's
it's to scare you. Because why? Fear drives action.
Right.
Right? It make you tune in more. Their job is to make money by you tuning
Yes.
in, right? So the more fear they give to you, the more you tune in, right?
That's true.
But when you sit back and actually analyze what's going on, it's not all that scary.
No.
And you beautifully explained it earlier. If you continue to sit
Yeah.
the price is not going to continue to come down.
No.
They're going to go because it's appreciation, right?
Appreciation.
And also, think about it. When the interest rates go down, what happens to buyers? Do they sit back or do they run to the market?
Right.
They run to the market.
Yes.
So the price of the house is going to go up even more.
Correct.
Right? So it's really counterintuitive of how we think. If I sit back and wait, the rates are going to go down. But guess what? If you wait and rates go down, you're not competing with more people
Right. We
in
compete
the
with
market.
higher prices now.
with higher prices.
Yeah.
Right? So let me ask you this, right? What do you love most about working in the DFW market, right? Like, do you like? Is there a special builder that you like, or is there no? Before that, you and I were working and we were talking, right?
Yes.
You had mentioned something about the builders are trying to convince you about buying new versus
Yes.
buying an already established house. From your perspective and your experience, right?
Yes.
Would you advise people to buy brand new or buy a house that's already built
I'm
and lived in?
It depends, obviously, on the home, the neighborhood, and the client.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna support my clients into the decisions,
yeah.
the direction that they look to go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of amazing home builders out here in the Metroplex, and a lot of them coming from other cities because those markets aren't doing so well,
That's
and
right.
they know that Dallas, Fort Worth is
That's
a shore market.
Yeah.
These builders, the builders in Dallas, they're hard to compete with.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard for a reseller to compete with a new build.
Very
The
true.
builders can offer,
Very true.
discounted interest rates.
That's
They
right.
can offer certain incentives, warranties, right?
Warranties,
that some
yeah.
of these homes
Yeah.
don't come with, right? Older
That's
homes
true.
might not come with.
That's true.
So you really have to sit down and look at it. And that's why I said, don't just have a realtor that has a team. Like, I can direct them to you as a financial advisor, right?
That's a good point.
And
That's
have
a good
a
point.
professional look at the numbers and say, okay, this house at this rate, at this age, these are some of these expenses you may be looking at, water heaters, or roof repairs, or versus this new build at this rate. But you really need to sit down with somebody who understands these
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
and look at apples to apples,
Man,
to make a really good decision.
That is very powerful what you mentioned, that you want to be with an agent that has a team, right? So, for example, I think what gives a person an advantage, for example, working with you, right? You and I, obviously, right? You're able to refer. And because my goal is to make sure that don't just look at the price of the house, it's, can I afford a monthly payment?
Right, exactly.
Right? Because there's other
so much
bills
more.
involved that you may not consider that may
Yes,
come up, right? For example,
exactly.
I am also in the mortgage world. I'm also a lender, right? So when I sit down with a client, although I can, help the client get a mortgage loan,
Right.
there's no way I'm going to tell the client, come with me. If a bill is offering you 4.99 and the best I can offer you is 6,
Right.
I cannot tell you out of the goodness of my heart, come work with me because what? At the end of the day, it's not about what I want.
Right.
It's about what benefits you and your family, right? And sometimes builders do offer some pretty good rates that you can't
Sometimes
beat,
they
right?
do. And that's just a testament to your character because, I've worked with some clients who have had bad agents before who have given them poor direction, And so that's just a testament to your character that you put the interest, right? You take your fiduciary duties
Correct.
very seriously.
Yeah.
Put the interest of the client above, you making a
Yeah.
sale. Yeah.
The thing is, at the end of the day, right, to be professional in the financial industry, right, our goal is not about what benefits us.
No.
It's about the client. And my firm belief in life, and no matter what I do, is I have one opportunity to do the right thing for my client. It's not on the back end when they figure out I did something wrong. It's on the front end. And I take that with the most serious pride because, like I said, my credibility is everything to me. And I know you feel the same way about yours as well, right? We have a responsibility to make sure that we put the client and their family in the best place to be able to win financially. Because
Yeah.
why? When they're winning,
Yeah.
you feel good.
Win. You feel good and you win, right?
win.
If you take care of somebody, right, and you advocate for
Yes.
them and you put them in a good situation, what are they going to do?
Come back to
They're
you.
going to come back to you and they're going to tell everybody else about you.
That's
And if you
true.
do a bad job and put them in a bad situation, what are they going to do? They're going to
Same
tell
thing.
everybody
Same thing.
about you, right?
That's
So,
with everybody in life,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
With friendship, with family, no matter what it is, integrity is everything, right?
Correct.
None of us are perfect, but the key is to always go in there with the right mentality and the right heart and the right posture and the right mindset to, hey, how can I make sure that this is a win-win situation for me
Yes.
and what? The client. Would you
client.
agree with that?
I agree.
So I think what's amazing also, right, is the fact that you and I don't just have a friendship and a family and a bond, right?
Yeah.
You and your husband are both my clients.
Yes, we are.
Right? And I just want you to kind of just share with people your experience. And like I said, on this show here, it's all about transparency and honesty. And I truly believe that, right?
Yes.
In your experience, you guys' experience with me, right? And over the many years, 10 years and counting, right?
Yes.
What was your initial experience with me? And also throughout the journey, how has the experience been with me? And I think people need to know that, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's important.
Oh, well, but I met you through my husband, right? You and my husband went to grad school together and been friends for over a decade.
Yeah.
And over the years, you became our financial advisor for our family. And so you've been able to, this is just an example of how you don't know what you don't know. My husband is probably one of the most intelligent people I've ever met, and many people will say that.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you don't know, and so you sat down with us. You go over the finances, you go over the 401ks, you see where money is being left at companies that we've left, right? And you're like, look, we gotta make this money work harder for you.
That's right.
And so you helped us set up the kids' college savings accounts and the investment accounts and retirement accounts, which is something that you really don't know how to do as a self-employed individual. So just to have your guidance and expertise with that has honestly been life-changing for us. We work so hard for our money, especially as entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And as an entrepreneur, you're fighting to hold on to
It's true.
any dollar
It's true.
you can.
It's
So
true.
your guidance and your knowledge has been so invaluable to us as a family.
And that means a lot to me because, like I said, you guys are more than just friends, it's family, right? And I don't take this no greater deal of care. I deal with all clients, no matter what, friend or not, the same way. But I really appreciate your kind words, right? I appreciate the friendship, the family, even the trust in me.
Yeah.
Because, we're friends, right?
For sure.
But a lot of times, friends don't want to open up to friends, right? But you know me from the very beginning.
That's right.
I do not care about anything.
Yeah.
I just want to add value and help people to be able to achieve financial success.
Yes.
I don't care about, man, it's a no judgment zone for me. Because
No,
listen,
that's true.
I've come from hard times.
Yes.
Right? I haven't always had it, right? Even now I have my own challenges, right? So for me, when I sit down with people, it's not about, oh, what's going on? It's, man, how can I generally add value, right? And I think, once again, thank you, your husband, for trusting me with the opportunity to be able to serve you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for helping us.
Man, listen, man,
Yeah,
you guys
thank
make
you
my
for
life
the
easy.
friendship.
Yeah. But sis, real talk, I think before we go, right? I want people, like I said, for me, I don't stand by anything I don't believe in.
Okay.
That's why I came to one of your shows and to see how you operate with your clients, right? And man, I was so amazed, right?
Thank you.
And there are a lot of real estate agents out there, right? I want you to tell the people what separates Elaine from every other, real estate agent. What makes you special? Because I know you're special. I've seen you in action, right? But the people I want them to know when they get you, what are they getting?
Oh boy, I mean, they're getting 40-something years of experience of life. Like I said, I was a nurse. I've held the hands of people in their last breaths, and that kind of empathy, that kind of responsibility, I carry that with me even as a realtor.
Yeah.
I've moved across the country a few times for my husband's career.
Yeah.
So I know
sacrifice.
I know how stressful the moving process can be. Like when you guys made the move
That's true.
down to
That's
Texas,
true.
I
Man, you
was on
guys
the
were
phone
amazing.
with your
man.
wife all the time, helping her navigate the move. I care and I can relate. And so the
Yes.
ability to relate to people who are making these kind of life decisions,
Yes.
life changes.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
you get with me, So,
Man, listen.
and some fun.
Listen, I can attest to this personally. When we were making the initial move, man, without you guys' guidance,
Thank you.
there is absolutely no way we would have known where to move to, where to live. And man, that was so critical for us because for me, I don't like to deal with that minutia of all this craziness, right? But my wife, man, just talking to you every day, you guys on the call talking, sharing ideas. And at that point, you were not even in the industry yet.
Right.
But to see you full circle come in the industry, it's like, man, I see why your clients love you. Because
Thank you.
I experienced it firsthand. And I'm telling you guys, I'm not just saying it just to say, but man, I've seen this woman work. I've seen you sacrifice with the kids. I've seen you sacrifice for your husband. I've seen you give up things that you wanted to do. But man, to see you in this space, I love the journey you've been on.
Thank you.
I love the person you are and becoming.
I really
Right? We're not human
appreciate
beings,
that.
but what? Human becomings.
That's
You
right.
accepted the challenge to grow and thrive.
Yeah.
And man, I cannot wait to see you. And like you already know, anything that we at the Wealth District can do for you to support you, I always got your back. Because man, you are an
know it.
amazing person. Forget about business. Just a human being in general. You are amazing. And thank you for being who you are as a person, to be
Thank
honest,
you.
man.
Thank you for those beautiful words. I really received that.
No
Thank
doubt.
you.
Before I let you go, one more thing.
Yes.
How challenging is it
Mm-hmm.
managing a husband that's an entrepreneur, managing kids at different
Yeah.
stages of life that are in school, and managing being a mother
Oh.
and an entrepreneur? These are all separate,
Yeah.
difficult challenges. How are you managing it?
Oh, so when you said it just now like that, I was like, "Ooh, I'm doing all that." You know, I don't think of it like that all the time. But you know what? My children have been my greatest support. My son especially has really surprised me. You know, he's 11, and he's really excited to see me step out into something new.
Yeah.
So he's filming my content. He's editing my
What?
videos. You know, he's asking questions about, well, you know, interest rates and
Yes.
looking to see what's a good investment and what's
yes,
not.
Yes.
So it's been really fun to share this journey with my children.
Yeah.
And then my husband, you know, like you said, he's an entrepreneur himself, and so
Yeah.
for the last couple of years, I've been watching him build his business, and I've been able to learn in the backgrounds a lot from him about work ethic, about marketing, you know, about negotiating.
That's a critical
you know?
skill.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
critical
critical
skill,
skill,
yeah.
and it's a critical skill, and I feel like men really empower that skill. They take that skill very seriously. They're
seriously,
great at it.
yeah.
Whereas as a woman, we can be a little bit more timid or a little unsure about negotiating, kind of want
Yeah.
to be nice sometimes.
Yeah.
But I've learned a lot from my husband about how to close the deal, you know, how to stand firm. So my family, I mean, I couldn't do any of this without my family. So
love that,
I think, if anything, being a wife, being the spouse of an entrepreneur, being a mother to kids at different phases has only benefited me. It's
Man,
probably why I stepped out, honestly, onto this leap.
Man, I love
Yeah.
how you didn't use that as an excuse.
No,
You
it's a
use
why.
family as a why.
Yeah, it's a why. Yeah, if
yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Man, listen, man. As we sit here right now, talking
Mm.
about managing everything, my kids blowing my phone up. Like,
Yeah.
but I love that, right? Because that's part of life, man.
Yes.
Listen, to me, there is no greater blessing than raise children.
Absolutely.
There's
100%.
Like it changes you. It makes you better. It makes you stronger. It makes you smarter. It makes you more savvy.
Yes.
It makes you more like you give up more.
You give
and
up
to
more.
me, the more you give up, it ain't a loss.
No.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, I joke. Well, not joke, but I say all the time, you know, like, as much as we're like growing them and changing them and shaping them, they shape us.
Oh man.
Right? Like, I'm not the same person I was, you know, before I had my oldest. She's a senior now, right? They change you, and each one changes you a little
one-
bit,
listen,
and it's beautiful.
And I got
Yeah.
4 girls.
Yeah.
1 boy. Them 4 girls have
Yeah,
made me
they gonna
so
wear you
like
out.
tap into an emotional side I didn't know was there.
Absolutely, yeah.
My wife used to always tell me, man, why you so rigid? Why you so? I'm like, man, I didn't grow up like that. But through the marriage, through the children, I've become a better man. There is no doubt about it. There's no
Yeah,
doubt about it.
No doubt, yeah.
And
sure.
I'm so thankful for them, right? While others may use the kids as an excuse as why not to, man, they are the reason why I should, why I want to. Because why? I want to build something
Yeah.
that can last generation to generation to generation. And here at the Wealth District,
That's right.
what we believe in is building generational wealth. The Bible says a good man leaveth an inheritance for his children's children. That's 2 generations of wealth.
Right.
That means if you don't have a plan to build at least 2 generations of wealth,
Yeah.
you ain't doing something right.
You're not aligned.
You're not aligned.
Oh,
right?
and
Yeah.
and that is also why I feel like home ownership is so important, right? Because think about all the different ways you can build wealth through real estate, right? You can acquire equity as you live in it, right? You can provide generational wealth
Speak
if you
on
pass
it,
it on
sis.
to your heirs, right?
Speak on it.
Or if you're an investor, you can create cash flow, right?
right.
So that's just 3 different ways to build wealth.
Speak
right
on
there.
it, my sister. Man, I
Yeah,
love
so,
that, man.
yeah, for
That's so,
sure.
man. Listen, man. I've had such an amazing time
Me too.
with you here today. To be honest, man, one of my favorite episodes because I feel like I'm talking to my sister,
Well, you are.
right? Family. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like just to see the way you're blossoming, man. It's like it brings so much joy to my heart, man. Like I
Thank
want to thank you
you.
for blessing my podcast with your presence because I feel like you gave a lot of value to people. And man, before I let you go, let the people know how they can reach you, how they can find you. Like I said, man, if they tapping into you, they tapping into me because I truly support you 100%. You know, how can they
Thank
reach
you.
you?
So you can find me on Instagram at
Okay.
Realtor Elaine. That's ALANE. I also work with Century 21 Judge Fight in Mansfield. So
Okay.
you can find me on their website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can connect with me through Prince.
Man, listen,
Yeah.
man. My dear sister, like I said, man, I got love for you. I love your family,
Love
my
you
brother,
too.
man. Like the
Absolutely.
kids, they my kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are the guy, parents are my
right.
kids, man. So it's like you
Yeah,
know,
we love you guys.
like like it's all love here, man. You know, like I said, like I stand behind you 100%, and man,
Thank you.
May God continue to bless you and your family,
As you and
man,
yours.
continue to elevate. All right, we're gonna win together. I promise you that,
Absolutely.
man. All right,
It's all the way up.
all right, world. You know what time it is, man. Dr. P, Wealth District. All stuff, no fluff. We love you. Take care. Stay blessed. Continue to live your best life, man. All right? Take care.